Hashtag growing up gay. This person seems upset that a lot of people are responding to the hashtag as if the hashtag is a source of entertainment rather than a subject that revolves around something very serious. They go on to say queer problems aren't just humor and entertainment. Apparently some gay people have the problem of a straight person joking about giving them a BJ, and I guess they have to try and not rape them after that. I don't know. Meanwhile, last year I tweeted I had the strangest urge to suck a dick. No, but seriously, I definitely would suck a dick if it was attached to Jensen Ackles. And a lot of you say, what about Andy Biersack? And my response is, I don't know what it is. It could be that he forgot to invite me to his concert until only a few hours before when it was already too late. It could be his dad DMing me with a very heavy censorship vibe that made it seem kind of like I wasn't allowed to say anything about Andy unless it was 100% positive. I don't know, despite all the videos we've made together, it feels like the relationship is falling apart. Meanwhile, Jensen has yet to let me down, and thus far he's appeared to be both beautiful inside and out. I see how this status could appear a bit condescending. They talk about having to act straight around family members when they make jokes about homosexuals. That's not exactly the image I would attach to a serious message. Here's a woman tweeting about her looking at another girl because she's attracted to her, and that girl automatically assuming that she has a problem with her, because why else would someone of the same gender be staring at you? It's actually a pretty good point. When your teacher starts talking about gay marriage and gay rights and everyone in your class turns around and looks at you, if I was in that class and everyone turned towards the gay kid, I would happily do what I've done before. Call the entire class out on their bullshit right then and there. Just because you're not gay doesn't mean you yourself can't stand up for gay people. But the reality is most of us are followers, not leaders. And that's what makes a lot of human beings so fucking dangerous. You have one crazy leader and suddenly all those stupid followers become the sword and shield of that crazy fuck. Boom. Trying to convince yourself that you're not gay so you don't have to deal with it. I don't know, you guys. If I lived in a world of primarily gay people and I was still straight, if I ever saw a really hot chick who was also straight, I think that would just make the sex even hotter. You know, hush hush in the closet fucking. No, I mean literally in a closet. I would come so hard knowing people hated me for what I was doing. I'm just saying if I'm doing something with a consensual adult and people hate that we're doing it, to me it just makes it more enjoyable. So you know, why try to convince myself I'm not that if I love it so much? When you're not out of the closet and someone asks you whether or not you're gay and you don't even let them finish their sentence, immediately going into defense mode, you know what's worse than other people hating you for being gay? You hating yourself for being gay. A strong self-esteem will most always be one of your greatest defenses against an enormous amount of criticism. If you're not ashamed of yourself, no one can make you feel ashamed. This is why you find me so regularly talking about how beautiful Jensen Ackles is. The truth is the truth, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. If you don't think he's hot, I think you're stupid. But it's your loss, not mine. Being nervous when your friends are talking about who is and who isn't gay. I'm noticing a lot of these are about women. Maybe you ladies should broaden your horizons a little and do some goddamn research. Because fact is, most females, if not all females watching this video right now, are at the very least bisexual. So let's stop pretending, okay? Most every one of your female friends talking about who's gay and who's not, if you're hot, would very likely happily get down on their knees and eat out your cunt. So stop living the delusion. Pussy is fucking awesome. The majority of both genders know that. Hence why so many of us like eating them out and fucking them. And this person makes a great point. Apparently a lot of homosexuals have to put up with hearing their family members talk shit about gay people. And they're pointing out that you don't need straight pride because being straight is one of the most acceptable things to be in most any society you go to. I've heard gay people talk shit about straight people before, and guess what? It didn't hurt my feelings because I actually recognize my privilege. Oh my god, South Park reference. I'm significantly less ignorant than I used to be, and a reason for that is when people have a problem with me, I tend to listen. This is why I'm so self-aware about my white privilege, about my male privilege, and about my straight privilege. And this is also why I have no desire to have a White History Month, to have a Straight Pride Day, or to identify myself as a meninist, because men are the least oppressed gender in the history of the human species. If only more people could wake the fuck up, our world would be a much better place. And you know what? That's exactly the point of hashtags like growing up gay, hashtag Black Lives Matter, and even as I'm making this video, the hashtag white privilege means is trending. Recognize the group you were born into, and understand regardless of whatever your status is, you should fight for equal rights, not just for yourself, but for all groups that are oppressed without a reasonable explanation.